To week 8 of Valley High School football, and after tonight, just 3 weeks left of regular season high school football play around the state of Texas before we get to the postseason. But we still have a lot of work to get to before we get to the playoff. Every game matters so much, including our featured matchup tonight. Thanks for tuning in tonight to the fifth quarter, powered by Reyna's Barbecue. I'm Alex Del Barrio on behalf of our Channel 5 sports team. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now, let's get started. The Los Fresnos Falcons, remember their matchup last season all too well against the Weslaco Panthers. They're certainly thinking about it going into the matchup tonight against unbeaten Weslaco. As for the Panthers, still riding high after last week's signature win against the Harlingen Cardinals. It was going to be a good one at Leo Aguilar Stadium. Let's see how it went down. Falcons and Panthers. Panthers getting things going on their opening drive, going for it on fourth down inside Falcon territory. Eric Berberg flies in and punches it out here. Zachary Segovia recovers it for Los Fresnos. Panthers turned it over on their first 2 drives of the game. And then Robert Pineda starts to take over for the Falcons, does what he could do on the ground, moves the chains on third down, then does it again 1 play later. Touchdown Falcons, and it's 7-0 Los Fresnos on top at home. But on the ensuing kickoff, Los Fresnos kicking it off here to Weslaco. Ryan Gonzalez from deep in his own territory finds some room, takes it to the house. They're not gonna get him. Takes it all the way down the sidelines. Not a maroon shirt within 5 yards of him as he gets to the end zone. Weslaco ties it up 7 right before the half, and Los Fresnos gave up a touchdown to open the second half. Robert Pineda, though, answers through the air, bobbles up, but Jason Rodriguez comes down with it to make it 14-14. But Eli Rodriguez could not be stopped tonight. Finds another big hole and a whole lot of daylight. Back-to-back 200-yard rushing performance for Rodriguez. 42-23 was the final. Weslaco stays unbeaten, improving to 7-0 on the year. Our Brandon Benitez was live at this one. Here's his recap on what happened tonight.
A convincing win, especially in the second half for the Weslaco Panthers. They go on to defeat the Los Fresnos Falcons. The final score 42-23. Joining me now, head coach Roy Stroman. This one was about as convincing in the second half as it got. You guys pulled away near the end. Just what do you make of the job your boys did against the 5-1 Los Fresnos team? You know, obviously you knew what the assignment was going into this week.
No doubt, very good football team. But we challenged our kids at halftime. We challenged our O-line and D-line. I says, you know what? It's on you guys, and open up the holes for Eli, and he just needs a little bit, you know. And as noticed, that's all he needed with just a little crease. But man, our defensive line didn't quit, even on that 4 straight downs, and never quitting. And so, you know, our MVPs for tonight, yeah, Eli had his, but it was our offensive line, defensive line tonight.
You guys, special run continues, now 7-0. You guys haven't had a start like this in over a decade. So just tell me, what's this ride felt like, you being the leader of the program, you watching these boys put in the work week after week?
It's real simple. It's my assistant coaches, my coordinators, and then these kids believing in the plan. Those are the guys that come up with the game plan, and they're the ones that lead this program, and then our kids just executing. And it just comes down to that, and then challenging kids.
Now joining me, he substituted the watch for some chains over here. Eli Rodriguez, fresh off another dominant performances, 4 touchdowns on the night. Just what'd you see out there? And obviously credit to the offensive line as well.
Yeah, for sure. You couldn't have me without the offensive line. You know, they did an amazing job today. I wouldn't have scored any of those runs without them. You know, they do an amazing job trap blocking. Coaches have amazing play calling, and Andy does an amazing job. You know, this was a team win. This wasn't just me. This was a team win.
42-23 the final score. The Panthers leaving no doubt in this one, unlike last year's contest between the two sides. But now the Panthers, they'll go on and take on Brownsville Rivera up next. Meanwhile, Los Fresnos, they'll have to rebound, taking on Brownsville Hannah. That'll do it for us from Leo Aguilar Stadium. I'm Brandon Benitez. Alex, back to you.
All right, Brandon, thanks a lot. Let's continue on with more District 32 6A action as we go to Bogus Stadium. Harlingen taking on Brownsville Hannah. Harlingen trying to get back on track after their loss last week late to the Weslaco Panthers. Hannah with the punt. Harlingen trying to hold on to it, but Hannah would recover. Matthew Villegas gets on top of it, but Hannah gets stifled on the other end offensively, could not score here, and Harlingen would take over, and that's where Randy Morales would go to work. Morales going to the air this time, finds Aiden Flores, finds his way down the sideline, takes it to the house for the tutty. Harlingen, big victory tonight again as they get back on track offensively. 27-10, Harlingen with the victory over the Hannah Golden Eagles. Meanwhile, last night, San Benito, they continue their unbeaten season as well. We're looking forward to a couple of weeks when San Benito goes toe-to-toe with the Weslaco Panthers, purple on purple. 49-0, they beat Brownsville Rivera. So let's take a look at the District 32 6A standings. You see San Benito and Weslaco both unbeaten. Harlingen and Los Fresnos each with a loss now. Hannah and Rivera still looking for their first win in District 32 6A play. Meanwhile, in Roma, it's been a historic year already for the Roma Gladiators. A 6-0 start, first ever time in program history, and they put together a strong offensive line and a running attack that's probably only second in the Rio Grande Valley to PSJ North. But perhaps their toughest test of the year was on deck tonight as they took on unbeaten Sherryland Pioneer inside Gladiator Arena. Now, a lightning delay over in Roma forced this game to be pushed back an hour, so unfriendly skies over Gladiator Arena. Pioneer quarterback Julian Valdez starts off the scoring, getting to Dylan Tijerina, takes it to the end zone, 6-0 after the extra point was no good, and then Valdez going to the air this time, looking for his man, but Luis Peña comes up with the pick. Are you not entertained? The Gladiator takes it out of bounds after the pick, all the way to the 18-yard line, and then it would lead to this. David Galan with the fake keeps it to take the lead. Roma with a 7-6 advantage at that point, but the Diamondbacks would respond. Valdez says, hold up, let me get it to my guy, Dylan Tijerina. Diamondbacks make it 14-7. Valdez rushes it in for the conversion there, and then Isaac Lozano goes to work for the Roma Gladiators. He's been sensational all season long. The Valley's top rusher breaking free. He's flying to the end zone. Gladiators get another touchdown, but they trail by one at 14-13. It's an absolute slugfest. We expected it after last year's game went to double overtime. Valdez to Leo Espinosa over the middle, takes it to the house. Diamondbacks extend their lead to 21-13, and then it's Tijerina, not one, not two, but three guys falling behind him. No one could stop him. His second tutty of the night. Diamondbacks up 27-13, and then Espinosa says, you're going to get a second touchdown. I want one as well. Espinosa gets the toss from Valdez, rushes it in. Diamondbacks led it 34-19. That's would be the lead at the half, but Roma would come back late in the game with a big play. They win it 48-41. Roma now 7-0 on the season. Bella Michaels was there for this thriller in Starr County.
What a night out here in Roma. It started off with a lightning delay, took an hour for the game to start, but that didn't stop the Gladiators from wanting to continue to make program history. They went into this, their first 6-0 program history start, and I'm going to bring in Isaac Lozano. You have been the leading rusher in the Valley, and tonight you continue. You've been all over the field. Isaac, how do you feel about this win over the Diamondbacks?
It's a big win. I mean, it says that we can play against any team, and we're ready.
The fact that you've been making program history for this historic start, and now you're still undefeated, now 7-0, 2-0 in district, how does that make you feel?
It feels amazing, and especially for Roma. I mean, we're making history, but we got to keep staying humble and keep working hard.
Going into the half, you were trailing 34-19. What happened in the halftime? What did Coach tell you guys where you came in the third quarter blasting, and then once again, back and forth, slugfest? I mean, what changed the momentum?
We didn't put our heads down. We kept pushing forward to the very last second. And, yeah.
How are you going to take this win into next week to secure another win?
I mean, we're just going to go next week and work even harder than this week.
For sure. Thank you so much, Isaac. Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
All right, take care. And that will do it for the Gladiators. Amazing win. I mean, we did not know up until the very last minute who was going to take this because the Diamondbacks really gave it their all. Quarterback Julian Valdez went off as well, along with Leo Espinosa Jr. and Dylan Tijerina. It was a crazy night. We just didn't expect it, but Roma Gladiators go on 7-0, 2-0 in district, and I'm going to send it back to you, Alex. In Roma, Bella Michaels, Channel 5 Sports.
What an outing from the Roma Gladiators. Are you not entertained by Roma setting up a huge matchup between two undefeateds? Would it be two undefeateds, PSJ Memorial? I might have just did a spoiler here. Sorry about that. But they took on Sherryland tonight. Sherryland getting a big play here. Jorge Briones takes it all the way to the 1-yard line and then punch it in. And then Reyna gets bumped into here, but still pulls through before he's knocked out of play just before he can get into the end zone here. Then we'd get Sherryland on offense one more time. Bo Krell throws it long, but it's Arturo Gomez who comes up with it here. And then Reyna would get a touchdown on the other end here for the PSG Memorial Wolverines as they stay unbeaten as well. Next week, unbeaten Roma, unbeaten PSG Memorial. Who would have thought it? 50-20 the final score over in Sherryland. How about Mission Veterans? They get back on track as they beat PSG Southwest tonight 34-0 the final score there. How about District 31 6A from last night? La Jolla with a 56-7 loss to the PSG Bears, and it's Edinburgh over Economides 41-16. We'll take a timeout for now. We'll be right back. More scores and highlights for you. This is the Fifth Quarter.
The Fifth Quarter, powered by Reyna's Barbecue.
It's football season in the Valley, and Reyna's Barbecue and Cocina has you covered. We're doing authentic Texas-style barbecue and authentic Tex-Mex favorites. 2 unique flavors, 100% Texan. And it wouldn't be football season without our delicious smoked and crispy wings or our mouth-watering appetizers. Dine in, drive-through, or let us cater your next event. It's football, food, and family at Reyna's Barbecue and Cocina.
College football's finally here in the Valley. V's up.
Hey, when does the game start?
Says here fall of 2025. Well, I have the grill going, so...
We can wait.
Yeah, we can wait.
It's Ford Truck Month. Get $6,000 off MSRP on a new 2023 Ford F-150 or 3.9% APR for 60 months at Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne West Laco Ford.
Lo que tú quieres, regardless.
Attention Marines and personnel of any branch of the armed forces and their families stationed at Camp Lejeune and contractors who worked at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune for 30 days or longer between August 1953 and December of 1987? For nearly 34 years, those on the Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. Until now, North Carolina's procedural laws had prevented victims from getting justice if more than 10 years had passed since their toxic exposure. But passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow victims to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. If you or a loved one got sick after exposure to contaminated drinking water at Camp Lejeune, you need the right legal team that has the experience, support staff, and resources to seek the maximum compensation for your injuries. Call Camp Lejeune Advocates now for a free consultation and case review.
Now the Mission Eagles have had a bit of an up and down season as we welcome you back to the Fifth Quarter, right down into District 31 6A. Since their district season began, they lost last week in their opener to the Edinburgh Bobcats. They needed a win over Edinburgh North tonight if they wanted to stay in the hunt for that district title, but their opponent was the defending champion Edinburgh North Cougars. Let's see if they could get it done at home at Tom Landry Stadium. So we'll go to Tom Landry Stadium. Mission coming out of the breakthrough there, looking to make something happen, and off to the races as Ulysses Melendez almost comes up with the score. He would get the touchdown in on the next effort. Extra point was good. It's an early 7-0 lead for Edinburgh North. And then on the other side, it's Diego Salinas, quarterback, finding some room, gets to the outside, takes a bump, takes a couple of bumps, finally gets in for the touchdown. And then we'd see another big play here from the Cougars, and we see Tyler Ruiz coming up with a big play, and then we'd see Thomas Aparicio punch it into the end zone here for the Mission Eagles. Final score tonight, though, at Tom Landry Stadium, it was Edinburgh North 42-34 over Mission. Meanwhile, let's go to District 15 5A Division 1 as the Edinburgh Vela Sabercats looking to pick up another district win against the Mac High Bulldogs. Both teams have already faced PSG North, so a big game when it comes to playoff positioning in that district. Let's get to Jackson Shoup on the kickoff return here. Takes it 74 yards to the house, and it's Blue Shirts making some noise here early against the Mac High Bulldogs. And then Joaquin Valdez on offense. Bulldogs looking to go over the middle here, and it's picked off. Who else? It's Jackson Shoup making plays here. Gets some extra yardage and tries to get it close into Mac High territory. And then on offense, here comes Vela. Miles Lopez connects with Bernabe Gonzalez. 18-yard connection. to the end zone, 14-0 Vela at that point. And then Valdez with the handoff to Jaden Herrera takes it 9 yards to the house to make it 14-6. Mac High looking to respond, get right back into this game as Valdez finds Gavin Almaraz. 36 yards later, he finds his way into the red zone here, stopped just shy of the end zone inside the 5, and then the Bulldogs get a quarterback sneak here from Valdez. Mackay got the extra point attempt blocked, but too much from Vela tonight as Jamal Polly get the 69-yarder to the house. A nice touchdown there, 42-20. Sabercats with the victory over the Bulldogs. Let's go to PSG North, trying to stay unbeaten. In fact, the North Raiders haven't given up a point since their victory over Los Fresnos early in the non-district schedule. It's been 4 straight shutouts for them, and they look to make it another one here. Michael Gonzalez comes in unblocked, gets the sack here of Elijah Garza, and then the Raiders go on offense. It's Ethan Guerra bouncing away from the green shirts, finds his way to the end zone. They're not going to stop him, takes a big hit along the way into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's a 7-0 lead there for PSG North. And then it's Ale Aparicio going and rounding back into form here, gets it over the middle here to Ethan Guerra, takes it to the house for the touchdown. That made it 21-0 Row at that point. PSG North with over 600 yards of total offense, over 400 yards rushing. That whole offensive line going to get some more helmet stickers, but the defense getting it done again. Another shutout, 55-0. This team has only given up one offensive touchdown all season long. Just a remarkable start for PSG North. Donna taking on Weslaco East tonight. This one over at Bobby Lackey Stadium. 16-5A Division I matchup here. We'll start things off with Alex Martinez with the keeper, and fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Donna, and then Jeffrey Lefevre going to work. Back to pass, finds in the end zone Dallas Zuniga for the touchdown, 7-0 Donna. And then Martinez, learning from his mistakes, decides to throw it this time, connects with Julian Garcia in the end zone, and we're all knotted up at 7 apiece. And then Donna with the ball, going forward on 4th down, and Danny Martinez would get the ball here on the pass from Lefevre. He'd end up getting stopped. Donna turns it over on downs. Later on, it's Lefevre with another long pass to Javier Rodriguez. Tries to turn on the Jets, but is stopped at the 20-yard line. Donna would get the field goal attempt, and it's good. 12-7 Donna at that point. It would be Weslaco East, though, finishing off the Redskins in a tight one, 40-37, the final score. Brownsville Veterans taking on Brownsville Pace. This one going on over at Sam Stadium tonight, a battle between two inner-city rivals here. We'll start things off in the third quarter. The Chargers were already up 45-0, and Alvin Trevillon takes it into the end zone here for the Chargers to make it 51-0. Then they'd go for 2, end up making it a 53-0 game at that point. And then quarterback for the Vikings, he ends up getting sacked here by the Chargers defense. Just a rough night all the way around for the Pace Vikings. Final score tonight over at Sam Stadium, 60-0. Chargers with a big victory over Brownsville Pace. Here's some other scores from 15-5A Division I. Rio Grande City with a 42-13 victory over Palmview. So Rio Grande City picks up their second win in district play. Brownsville Lopez falls to Donna North, 49-44. That one was back and forth throughout the night. How about 15-5A Division II? We'd see Ed Couch-Elsa fall to Gregory Portland, 43-13. This was a close one early between Mercedes and Flower Bluff, but Flower Bluff pulls away in the second half, 55-14 the final score there. Let's take a look at the 15-5A Division I standings. It's PSG North now still unbeaten at 4-0. You got two teams at 3-1 between Vela and McAllen Memorial, both at 3-1. Rowe, Mac High, and Rio Grande City all at 2-2. Crawford taking on Santa Maria. Santa Maria looking to pick up their first district win after losing last week. They got a big one looming next week as they take on La Villa. We'll start things off here with Santa Maria taking a punt return here, and it's Asaya Gracia taking it here and eludes all of the Seahawks on his way for the touchdown, and the Cougars take a 7-0 lead as he takes it 61 yards to the house. And then Santa Maria actually making a nice play here after a fumble. Santa Maria able to, Coffer able to come up with the play, but then on the other side it's Andrew De La Rosa coming up with the interception here right into our camera. So Santa Maria back on offense here. Then it's Daniel Martinez getting another touchdown here for Santa Maria to make it 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then later on, we'd see PJ Alanis get it to Isaiah Gracia, making it to the 1-yard line, then gets it in the end zone again to make it 27-0. So much offense for Santa Maria tonight. They pick up the victory. Final score over at Santa Maria, 55-0. Still more to come here on the fifth quarter. More scores, more highlights. Stay with us.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
I'm so happy about the lifetime oil changes.
And everyone was very accommodating. Everyone is very nice here, and they ask you if you're doing good. They ask you if you need a service, time to see how long you're going to take to wait.
I just want to thank all of you for bestowing on us this amazing honor of winning the Global Award of Excellence. All 3 of our Nissan stores, thanks to all of you. And if we don't do what we promise,
Nana, pau, pau.
Charlie, son.
Amen.
Here at Reyna's Barbecue in Cocina, they have mastered the art of oak smoked brisket, sausage, and pork ribs. This is Texas eating.
It ain't Texas sin Tex-Mex. And Reyna's has flame-grilled fajitas, charro beans and rice, y homemade flour tortillas.
That looks mighty tasty.
That smells real good.
I'll trade you a rib for a tortilla.
Simón.
Jim.
Reyna's Barbecue and Cocina.
Another game from tonight, the Raymondville Bearcats taking on the Port Isabel Tarpons, 16-4A Division II play. The Tarpons taking on an old rival in Raymondville, Brian Martinez. A rare pass here from the Port Isabel quarterback, finding Tristan Garcia for the touchdown here. And then it's Jacob Sosa after the blocked extra point here. But then Tristan Garcia later on the next drive here for Port Isabel runs it in for another touchdown. Port Isabel getting things done. You got Slot T losing everybody here as Dylan Green runs it in for the touchdown. But then on the other side, Raymondville starts to get on the act offensively. Luis de la Paz back to pass, finds Joshua Tamez, and ends up pitching it back to Freddy Quintero, sets up this touchdown as Jaden Martinez passes to Sleven Gutierrez for the score. But final score tonight between PI and Raymondville, 37-7, the final score. Now let's take you back to last night's action. 2 games in District 31 6A, including over in FAR. PSJ looking to pick up their 4th straight win as they took on La Jolla to try to go 2-0 in district play. PSJ taking on the Coyotes here. PSJ winners of 3 in a row going into last night, looking for a 2-0 start in district. First on offense, it's Jaime Lopez trying to connect with Ryan Vallejo. It takes it down the field for a big first down. That's inside the 5-yard line. Next play, Lopez to Vallejo to finish the drive off. 18th touchdown pass of the season at that point, and he'd be getting a lot more of those in this game as Lupe Rodriguez loves it. 7-0 PSJ after 1. Second quarter, same score. Lopez looking deep again, trying to find Caleb Salas here, but it's a jump ball picked off by Ezekiel Hernandez. First pick in district play for Jaime Lopez, but PSG gets the ball back in the red zone. Lopez finding Vallejo for the touchdown. Bears can't convert the 2-point conversion. It's 13-0 at that point. Next Bears possession. Lopez with the ball deep. 27 yards later, a deep connection there as finding Salas, Caleb Salas for the touchdown, 20-0, and then we'd get a 2-point conversion on a quarterback keeper. Later on, we'd see Jaime Lopez rack up over 460 yards passing and 7 touchdowns. Big time victory for PSG. La Jolla would get in the end zone. Final score 56-7. Let's hear from the Bears.
Came out on offense slow, but we were able to come back and put a lot of points on the board, and the defense, stayed strong the whole game. So, kudos to them. It's a real big confidence booster going 2-0 in district. Really excited for next week's game. We're just gonna hit practice hard and get ready for next week.
The kids believed in our journey. We have our sights set on the district championship, and they knew it went through La Jolla tonight. Big game next week. We're hoping to come with a big victory today to kind of carry the momentum into Edinburgh North next week in Edinburgh. So, very pleased with our defense and offensive performance.
6-8, another game we didn't get to show you last night thanks to our friends at KIII. Rio Hondo taking on Santa Gertrudis. Rio Hondo looking to pick up another victory in district play. We see Ruben Atkinson throwing it deep right here. Ends up getting picked off here by Daniel Mendieta, and Santa Gertrudis in business. But Atkinson would respond on the next possession for the Bobcats. He takes it to the house for the touchdown. 7-0 lead for Rio Hondo. Then we'd see Ruben Atkinson with another rushing touchdown. Rio Hondo with a 13-0 lead there after the missed PAT, and then another one as the quarterback goes to the ground to get his points. 20-7 the final score, Rio Hondo over Santa Gertrudis. Also last night, San Benito taking on Brownsville Rivera, and San Benito looking to stay unbeaten on the year. Rivera still looking for a victory here as we get San Benito on offense. Aaron Corona, quarterback, making things happen, gets it to Fabian Garcia, rushes it down the sidelines, takes it to the house for the touchdown. Garcia, busy night again for him on offense, as with the rest of the Weslaco Panthers. Final score over in Brownsville last night, 49-0, San Benito with the victory. All right, we're going to wrap it up. When we come back, stay with us. This is the 5th quarter.
Shop Bird Ogden Buick GMC and save on a new Sierra with a $6,000 purchase allowance plus no payments until 2024 at the only Texas dealer to win Dealer of the Year for both Buick and GMC in the heart of the valley. Bird Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh.
It's football season in the Valley, and Reyna's Barbecue and Cocina has you covered. We're doing authentic Texas-style barbecue and authentic Tex-Mex favorites. 2 unique flavors, 100% Texan. And it wouldn't be football season without our delicious smoked and crispy wings or our mouth-watering appetizers. Dine in, drive through, or let us cater your next event. It's football, food, and family at Reyna's Barbecue and Cocina.
Shop the only dealer in Texas to win Dealer of the Year for both Buick and GMC, and drive a new Envision for $279 per month or with 1.9% financing and no payments until 2024 in the heart of the valley. Bird Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh.
So run through the finals again. Weslaco picks up a victory, stays unbeaten, 42-23 over Los Fresnos. Harlingen still unbeaten in district play, 27-10. I say unbeaten. They lost last week to Weslaco. Meanwhile, Sharyland Pioneer, they go down. Roma stays unbeaten, 48-41. PSG Memorial, same thing, 50-20 over the Sharyland Rattlers. Also, Mission Veterans gets back in the win column, a 34-0 win over Southwest. Edinburgh Vella, 42-20 over the Mac High Bulldogs. PSG North, another shutout victory for them, 55-0 over McAllen Rowe. Weslaco East over Donna, 40-37, and a back-and-forth one at Bobby Lackey. Also, Edinburgh North over Mission, 42-34, as Brownsville Veterans over Brownsville Pace, 60-0. And Rio Grande City over Palmview, 42-13. Donna North, 49-44 over Brownsville Lopez. That's going to do it for the 5th quarter. All of our stuff is on KRGV.com. For our entire sports crew, Alex and Barrio, good night.
The 5th quarter, powered by Reyna's Barbecue. The 5th quarter, powered by Reyna's Barbecue.
Here at Reyna's Barbecue and